Have you or someone you know made a New Year's resolution and not kept it? By now, the majority of people who made New Year's resolutions on January 1st, 2014 have already abandoned them. And according to Forbes.com, only 8% of those who make a New Year's resolution will actually keep it through the end of the year. Weight loss is another popular goal that people make, but out of all of those who say that they seriously need to lose weight, less than 10% will actually lose weight and also keep it off. The failure to achieve goals can be depressing. It can cause depression and anxiety. It can be quite discouraging and can cause people to accept the status quo and settle for less than excellence because they are discouraged that they were unable to reach their goals. But these somewhat depressing statistics don't need to be your story. By using 3 simple steps to develop habits that support your goals, you can achieve your goals as easily as going through your morning routine. By habits, I mean an acquired behavior pattern regularly followed until it becomes almost involuntary. Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. And the developing of habits can allow you to achieve excellence in your life." According to Gregory Ciotti, author of the Sparring Minds blog, habits make each day approachable, and that is their power in helping you achieve your goals. Because with each step of your goal achievement being approachable, it makes your goals achievable. By creating habits of excellence in key areas of your life, you can achieve your goals without the stress of traditional goal achievement methods. For example, a woman named Lisa Allen was in her 30s, and by all means, she looked like she would never amount to much. She was addicted to smoking. She was addicted to drinking alcohol. She was obese. She could not hold a job. But by changing one habit, by switching her smoking habit for a jogging habit, she was able to entirely transform her life. 4 years later, she does not smoke. She does not drink. She lost 60 pounds. She's run more than 1 marathon. She has obtained her master's degree, and she has held a steady job for over 3 years. Habits can be very powerful in achieving our goals. On a smaller scale, that's maybe more relatable to us, is Leo Babauta, blogger at zenhabits.net. He wanted to write a book, and so in order to achieve that, he developed a habit of writing each morning. And through that habit, he was able to achieve that goal and has now written more than 1 book. The reason why habits work to help achieve goals is because, first of all, they're simple. It doesn't require a lot of thought to do something that is habitual. And so it's not something stressful to do. Second, it's attainable. It's in bite-sized pieces. If your goal is to run a marathon by the end of the year, and you're supporting and you create a habit to support that, rather than waking up in the morning and thinking, okay, what am I going to do today that's going to enable me to run 26.2 miles by December 31st? That can be kind of a daunting task. But instead, if you have a habit, say running every morning, starting with 30 minutes until you build up to longer distances, then you can wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to run for 30 minutes. And that is going to help me achieve my goal of running a marathon. The third reason that it works is because it turns enthusiasm into momentum. Jim Ryan put it well when he said, motivation is what gets you started, habit is what keeps you going. By forming a habit, it harnesses that enthusiasm that you have for your goal at the outset and enables you to continue working towards your goal even when your enthusiasm has waned somewhat. So whether you are super excited about running a marathon or it's lost some of its newness, if you have a habit that you have developed of running every day, your goal will still be in the process of being achieved even when your motivation is down. Just imagine what you could do if you were to achieve your goals. If your goal is to run a marathon, to write a book, to learn a new language, think about how that would feel to finally accomplish that goal. I've given you all a handout with information on the 3 simple steps that you can take to achieve your goals. First, you need to define your goal. If you don't know what you want to do, then it's going to be difficult to create a supporting habit for it. But say, for example, you make a goal of learning Gaelic. So now you have something that you're aiming towards. I want to learn Gaelic. Next, you need to find a supporting habit for that goal. For my example of learning Gaelic, you could say something like, I will study Gaelic for 15 minutes every day. That's something that's really easy. It's achievable. I know that I can fit 15 minutes of language study into my day, no problem. It's not some huge task like study for 3 hours, 3 times a week, which I don't have 3 extra hours just sitting around in my days to devote for studying. So developing a supporting habit that's achievable. So study for 15 minutes every day. The third thing that you need to do in order to develop a habit, and this is one of the most important aspects of this, is you need to set a place for it in your day. You can't just say, I'm going to study Gaelic for 15 minutes every day, because chances are you will wake up, you'll write it on your to-do list, study Gaelic, and you'll go throughout your day like usual, doing the various tasks that you do, pushing it to the end of your to-do list until it's time for bed and you say, oh well, I'll do that in the morning, and so on and so forth. Perhaps when your enthusiasm is up, you might study, but when your enthusiasm wanes, it'll just get pushed to the end of the to-do list. So finding a spot for your new habit is essential. For the learning Gaelic example, a possible location in your schedule that you could put that is, I will study Gaelic for 15 minutes on my lunch break. So that way you know, my lunch break starts, I study Gaelic for 15 minutes. That still gives me plenty of time to eat and even socialize a little bit if I want to. But that way, I'm making an effort to study every single day. That could also work in the morning. I will study for 15 minutes as soon as I wake up, or in the evening, as soon as I get home from work, I will study for 15 minutes. But the important thing is to have a specific place in your schedule for it, so that you can work on putting that on autopilot, so you almost involuntarily know that when I get off of work, I am going to study, and that's just what you do. So then when your enthusiasm wanes, it doesn't prohibit progress towards your goal. So, find a goal, decide on a supporting habit, make a spot for it, and go for it. Work on your habit every day. After 30 days or even less, it will become a part of your routine. And every day, you will be one step closer to achieving your goal.